Welcome to enVisioning Success, the weekly podcast where Laura Di Benedetto and Julia Becker-Collins share tips, suggestions, and stories to help you succeed in business. In today's episode, we discuss 5 strategies for long-term and sustained growth, particularly after an acquisition, such as investing in automation, prioritizing brand unity, expanding beyond horizontal investing, and positioning your business as a difference maker. And now, here's Laura and Julia.
Hello, welcome back to enVisioning Success. I'm Laura Di Benedetto, joined by Julia Becker-Collins, and we're super excited to help your business grow. So we're here to make customer acquisition a hell of a lot easier. We know that marketing is sometimes really challenging, and the purpose of the show is to make it easy, explain it to you, basically give you an MBA 20 to 30 minutes at a time, and help you to grow your business and make a hell of a lot of money without all the struggle and aggravation, because that's not a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So today we're actually talking about long-term marketing strategies for sustained growth. And the whole thing that we've been talking about here is mergers and acquisitions and stuff like that. Either you want to sell your company or you want to buy a company that someone else is selling. That's cool. But now you bought it. That's what we talked about in the last episode. Now what? Now this is past the now what. It's like, oh shoot, now I've had it for a minute. Now what?
Right.
So this is the long-term strategy to think about. And you do need to actually think about this in the beginning because you want to think about these things early on because they will pay off for you. The other thing to consider when you're listening to this show and listening to this episode is this actually applies if you want to sell your business off in the future too. So ultimately, everybody wants to buy a business that's easy to run, something that can go out and make more money on its own. That's the ultimate business, is the one that grows without the owner having to do all the input and make it happen, right? You don't constantly want to be the one doing all the work. Okay. So let's say you're 3 to 5 years out from selling your company, like one of our clients is right now. You should think about this stuff too, because there's no downside to doing these things. It's just good housekeeping. It will set you up for great success, whether you're looking to sell, whether you're looking to fire yourself from things and maintain passive income, or you are acquiring a company and you've done the initial activities and now you want to get into the now what forever.
Yep.
That's what this is about. So there's no downsides and everybody can use this information no matter where you are in your business.
Like the difference, I'm going to make a sports analogy and I might be completely incorrect because sports ball, yay.
Well, I'm not going to be able to fact check it because I'm allergic to sports, but go for it.
It's like the difference between offense and defense, right? So we want to be on the offensive, not in an aggressive way, but in a forward-thinking way, thinking what's coming next, versus playing defense all of the time and only reacting versus being proactive.
I feel like that checks out.
See, I feel good about that.
That's broad enough where even my little non-sports brain could actually understand you.
But if you are listening to this and I am completely wrong, you are welcome to submit a corrections corner. You just have to go to vision-advertising.com and submit a podcast form, and I will joyfully read that on the air.
Fantastic. Oh my God. Well, I'm all about it. So, you know what? Before we get into the 5 tips, I do want to say we really appreciate you listening to this show. We hope that you get a lot out of it. We do the show for you. It's a great way for you to learn about how to grow your business, what to think about with marketing, but also introduce yourself to us, because the one thing I know for sure, when you are looking for a marketer, it's very difficult to know who to trust. Very difficult. And if you spend a lot of time with us by listening to the show, you can see that, yeah, we horse around, but we're really smart. We're very nice people. And you can trust us because we tell you the unvarnished truth. And that's what you really want. The humor is optional, but the unvarnished truth is not.
And if you want more of us in all the free, awesome educational tips that we provide, definitely go to the website, vision-advertising.com, and sign up for our email newsletter. Also totally free and chock full of more educational goodness.
Yeah. That was awesome.
You're welcome. It's like I do marketing for a living or something.
Who knew? Who knew? So let's dive into these 5 tips that we have for you here. The first one is establishing a strong, unified brand. And I say that with a little bit of extra intensity because, oh, Julia looks so evil right now, because so many people do not have consistent, cohesive branding. It's kind of all over the place. Big companies like Coca-Cola, they have their act together. You also can have your act together. And honestly, it's not that hard, but you need to really think about everything from your font choices to how your logo appears to your brand usage, the way you're describing things. All of those things matter. So particularly if you're going to be integrating different brands, you want to figure out the cohesive brand strategy that communicates the combined entity's value proposition clearly. So translation to English, let's say you're going to buy a company. Again, if you're listening to the last episode, you want to wait 90 days before you make any changes. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to create like one big unified brand. Okay, cool. Make sure that you do so in a cohesive way to make it clear and easy for people to buy from you. If they get confused, it's like such and such brand brought to you by blah, blah. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. You want easy. Think about your ideal customer profile, your avatar, if you will. Go back to those episodes if you want and listen to those. I mean, honestly, all of these episodes, a lot of them are referenceable. So you can actually go back, look at the episode titles and kind of learn based on whatever topic you want. But avatars are super relevant when it comes to buying a brand new business or even getting your existing company to be successful long term. It's all about the customer, it's not about you.
Yep. I think it was 2 episodes ago, we talked about the importance of having a recognizable brand and having a strong branding presence to help increase the value of the company and to have it more stable in its marketing presence. And this really just goes along with all of that.
Awesome. So let's talk about the second one. I feel like this one's right up your alley yet again.
I do love data. Data is my friend. I'm a total data nerd.
Yep.
So our second actionable tip for today is invest in technology and automation. Utilize advanced marketing technologies and automation to enhance efficiency, reduce costs, and improve targeting. Julia loves efficient and effective methods. And just to be clear, we're not saying automate everything. I would never say that. Never set it and forget it. You need to have a personal touch. But there are really great tools out there that help you automate some things, the things that should be automated, whether it is email funnels or nurture sequences like Laura has talked about in the past, or just simply automating your internal structures to help you be able to spend more time personalizing your marketing. We have a great tool in-house here that we use for HR. And that has saved a huge amount of time and effort for me personally so that I can spend more time on marketing strategy and plans and talking to clients rather than being up to my eyeballs about the difference between HR laws in New York State versus Massachusetts.
All of that sounds terrible.
Yep.
And that's why you automate. Because I, as the CEO of this company, I'm allergic to all that bullshit. I don't want to do it. And Julia barely wants to do it. Yep, she's better at it, but tools make it possible for her to do those things and still do her job.
Correct. Makes you a more powerful team, especially if you are a small business, a mid-sized business, and you're not an enterprise level business. Automating and using technology gives you the power of additional people.
Oh, show. That's very true.
What's number 3?
Number 3 is expanding into new markets. So you want to use your existing strengths to guide your expansion into new markets or segments. And you want to apply proven marketing tactics and strategies and adapting as necessary. So let's talk about what this means. Expanding into new markets. Let's say you buy a dry cleaner and they do laundry. Well, you could expand into new geography, but you could also expand into a new type of market where you provide a new service where you do laundry pickup and delivery. So there are multiple ways that you can expand, but you want to figure out what your strengths are operationally, but you can also, you can use marketing to help you do that. You can do a lot of cross marketing to help you do that. But honestly, expanding your geographic and offering footprint are both good things.
Yep, absolutely. The first thing that came to mind was dry cleaners that offer laundry and laundry delivery, but also offer like seamstress services.
Oh, yeah. Tailoring. There you go.
Right. Tailoring.
Repairs.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's always ways to branch out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about number 4, Julia.
Number 4 for this week is develop a content leadership strategy. Position the company as a thought leader by producing high quality content that addresses customer pain points and industry trends. And I want to be clear, we all hate the term thought leader. It's overused.
That one's definitely on my top 10.
Yeah, definitely a top 10 list of overused corporate jargon. There's even entire posts like phrased and like organized, like thought leader posts on LinkedIn that are making fun of the phrase thought leader, which I appreciate that. That's a meta joke. And I'm here for the nerdy joke. But there is definitely something to be said about showcasing your knowledge and expertise in a way that speaks to the algorithm and gets in front of the right people. So, make it work for you. Don't try to work against it. Get in front of the eyeballs of your ideal client. And, we keep referencing back to our episodes about avatar. Avatar and ideal client are interchangeable. We're not talking about the big blue people. We're talking about avatars, like who you're trying to sell to. I think those episodes might be some of the best episodes we've put out and are the most referenceable.
For sure. A little bit more in this whole thought leader concept. What is a thought leader? If we can take the absolutely reprehensible name away from it and just give it something else, let's rebrand, if you will. That would be someone who can lead through new ideas or controversial ideas, maybe an idea leader. That sounds less lame. So an idea leader. So, I call myself like a bit of an idea leader when I'm online, because what I do is I create content that challenges the status quo. I create a lot of content that kicks the hornet's nest, sometimes hitting it with a Louisville slugger. Sometimes I'm offering a hot take on something. But the idea of being a leader in a particular area is you're not doing the same thing as everybody else. You are being different. You're being the contrarian. You're being the smartass. You're being the one that's like, yeah, this is the prevailing wisdom, but I don't think so, and here's why.
Mm-hmm.
It's being an innovator. It's being the creative one. It's being the one voice in the crowd, the sea of gray faces that's like bright yellow, being like, hey, I have something different. You want to be different. If we think about Apple and what Steve Jobs did, I just finished his biography on audio. Wow, amazing book. But being the same doesn't get you anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't. And being a leader, idea leader, thought leader, whatever you want to call it, you're being a leader by not following.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to follow. You want to create a sense of actual leadership. Because if you think about what people want to follow, they want to follow people who think differently, or in the word of Apple, think different. You want to be brave and not be afraid to be wrong, to kick the hornet's nest. And we do that a lot here at Vision. We talk about things that, a lot of other marketers don't talk about. One being, people don't trust marketers. I'll die on that hill, and I'll tell you exactly why, because a lot of marketers are not talented. They lie because they're really good salespeople, and they're terrible actual practitioners because they don't understand the language of business and how things actually work. And you get bought and sold onto a contract that is bad for you because you like the person, they were charming or whatever, but they actually can't write a good plan, and you end up in trouble. So that's me being the thought leader, if you will, because I'm saying the thing that everybody else is thinking, that you're thinking, but nobody wants to actually talk about.
Right.
Marketers are not trusted, and for a damn good reason. There are some that you can, and we're actually equipped to give you the questions to ask so you can tell who's a dirtbag and who's not, who's a well-intentioned, nice person but still can't deliver, and who's not. There's a lot of those different things. And we'll give you these things whether you hire us or not. At the end of the day, we want you to make a good choice. So be brave with your thoughts. And when you're positioning your company as the difference maker, you cannot blend in.
There's a book by Seth Godin called Marketers Are Liars. Highly recommend.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. He's great.
Awesome. All right. So the last one is monitor and adapt. And boy, I'm a big fan of this. You have to continually monitor your marketing performance. If you're working with us, you're one of our clients, we're constantly monitoring it for you, but you should be monitoring us to make sure that, everything is in line where it wants. You should always monitor and also use the data to help you make informed decisions. You want to remain adaptable and ready to pivot your strategy in response to market feedback, but also market changes. Market change could be new competition emerging, new industry trend emerging. For example, like in the marketing space, one of the ways that we monitored and adapted, well, we now use tools like ChatGPT where we didn't before. And there was actually some resistance at our company, and people did not want to adopt this new thing for a host of reasons. But it's like, well, it's actually here to stay. And so there is an industry change, adapt or die. Same thing with your marketing. So if you notice something's really working, great, double down.
Right.
It's kind of sucking wind or just stalled. Okay, maybe kill it off. Or maybe it's just a long-term program and you need to wait and see. Okay, do that. But you do need to monitor consistently. I recommend monthly is a good time to look at a high level. Quarterly is a good time to look at a really detailed level. Things don't generally happen faster than that. So for those of you who, like my favorite client from years ago, who wanted to look at his Google reports daily, I was like, bro, you need to be stopped. You're not going to get good data daily. You just won't.
I was just talking about this, that he wanted to look at his bounce rate, which is possibly the most useless piece of data ever.
He wanted to die on that hill, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what? We still made him a ton of money, so
Yep.
He wins, so that's fine. So, make sure that you are thinking about all of these different things, but definitely don't be afraid to change strategies. So in this episode and the 3 before this one, all 4 of these, we've talked about buying businesses, selling your business, and also holding your business. So there's a lot of transitionary talk here. So if you're in the state where you're looking to transition your life or your business or whatever, we'd love to help you have that conversation, think about what your strategy is, or even evaluate if what you have is working or it's setting you up for the future that you want. Are you setting yourself up for a big sale? Are you setting yourself up for a really awesome acquisition? Maybe. Let's find out. So if you need us, do not be shy. We are always here to help you. And if Julia messed up her sports metaphor or analogy or whatever it was, you can write to us and complain.
I'm fine with that. I'll do a corrections corner. I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm here for it. Yeah, let's do it. But anyway, we just really also want to thank you for listening or watching the show. It's for you that we do this. So thanks for being here. And we would love your feedback. Please leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to the show. And, share it with a friend, because that's how shows like this help other people make lots of money and success. Don't hoard it. Don't keep it to yourself. Make sure you share it. On that note, have a beautiful rest of your day. We'll see you in the next episode with a brand new subject. See ya.